happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to see this one, as we got Senator Kennedy left in shock following Kash Patel's latest move, y'all. I'm not gonna say too much. We're not straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get into it, y'all, hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's get into it, y'all. Check this out.
You've made a lot of people mad, haven't you, Mr. Patel?
Seems so, Senator.
100%.
Think maybe you've made the right people mad?
As my FBI agents, the BRIC agents, told me when I was running cases with them across this country and around the world, if you're not ticking off some people, you're not doing your job right.
Exactly.
My colleague and friend Senator Durbin called you a conspiracy theorist. You remember that?
I do, Senator.
You were instrumental in revealing that the Trump-Russia election collusion hoax was a hoax, weren't you?
Yes, sir. I was a lead investigator.
Sounds to me like we need to get some new conspiracy theories, because all the old ones turned out to be true.
Facts matter, Senator.
Yeah.
Same for Dan Bongino.
Conspiracy theorists are up something like 37-0. You're not saying that everybody at the FBI is bad, are you?
Never said that. I've overwhelmingly said multiple times that 98% of the FBI is courageous, apolitical warriors of justice. They just need better leadership, especially those who participated in these conspiracies that actually turned out to degrade them.
Who put away the Unabomber?
The FBI.
Yep. Who put away Timothy McVeigh and his Stalin's stomach for blood?
BRIC agents at the FBI.
Who helped investigate Jussie Smollett, who, in an effort of self-aggrandizement, set back the fight for minority rights for years?
I think that was local authorities.
It was the FBI that opened an investigation, wasn't it?
Eventually, yes, Senator.
There have been or were some bad people at the FBI and the Justice Department, which work hand in glove, weren't there?
Unfortunately, yes, Senator.
Secretary Clinton's lawyer, a gentleman by the name of Michael Sussman, had a pass to come and go at the FBI building as he wished. Don't you think the American people have a right to know about the details of that?
Not just that, but what a political party was doing with the secure compartmented information facility with direct access to the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Mr. Hunter Biden cheated on his income taxes. Didn't pay $1.4 million in income taxes over 4 years. And he filed fraudulent returns. He tried to deduct his hookers as a business expense, for God's sakes. And they hit him with 2 misdemeanors.
That's not even half of it.
Before there was a public outcry. Don't you think the American people are entitled to know the details of that?
The American people are entitled to a singular form of justice and the details to every public corruption investigation.
You remember Peter Strzok?
I sure do.
Get into it. Hopefully he does get into that, because I feel like Hunter Biden has got off scot-free. The whole Biden crime family, you got to think about it. That's why Joe Biden did that 14-year blanketed pardon, because he already knew that Kash Patel, incoming FBI director, now FBI director, was going to be hot on this trail. Donald Trump's cabinet, his administration is not messing around. There's a lot of figures, corrupt figures like Hunter Biden. I feel like the half of his crimes didn't even get brought to court. I feel like they were all dismissed. But I think he'd be held accountable for a little bit more. We have other folks like Shifty Adam Schiff, Liz Cheney, many others who have still not been held accountable. I would love to know what Kash Patel is doing behind the scenes right now working on those cases and investigations, because we've seen tons of investigations opening up, but not a lot of accountability or sentencing or punishment for their actions. That's what we're looking for. As American people, we need to see some true justice. Investigation is not justice. We need to see them being held accountable for their actions. I mean, I think I can speak for everyone. I say that.
The details to every public corruption investigation.
You remember Peter Strzok?
I sure do.
One of the lead investigators for Mr. Mueller's Russian collusion hoax?
Yes, Senator.
Do you remember when the Inspector General, not his colleagues, turned him in? Inspector General found that Mr. Peter Strzok said, quote, sent an email to his girlfriend, quote, just went to a Southern Virginia Walmart. I could smell the Trump support, end quote. Remember that?
He did that while employed at the FBI while working on that investigation.
Do you remember when the IG revealed another email by Mr. Strzok to his girlfriend? Mr. Strzok said, quote, I am riled up. Trump is a f***ing idiot, is unable to provide a coherent answer, end of quote. You remember that?
Peter Strzok said that.
You remember when his girlfriend texted Mr. Strzok, quote, Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? And Mr. Strzok replied, no, he won't. We'll stop it.
I do remember their insurance policy.
And then Mr. Strzok testified in front of God and country that never had his political beliefs impacted his work.
That's disgusting.
You believe in the tooth fairy?
When I was a kid.
Yeah, Senator
You believe
Kennedy,
Jimmy
I love this
Hoffa
guy.
died of natural causes?
He's also not in the end zone of Giant Stadium.
And then Mr. Strzok got fired, and next thing we know, the FBI and the Department of Justice, after he sued, gave him $1.2 million. Don't you think the American people are entitled to know the details of that?
Absolutely.
Now, I want you to think hard before you answer my next question. Do you believe in the adage that two wrongs don't make a right, but they do make it even?
Senator, I think if anyone commits a wrong in government service, the American public deserve to know the absolute secular detail of that corrupt activity.
When reforming the FBI,
And that, I want to pause on that point right there. That is why Kash Patel is the perfect man. I'm so glad Donald Trump selected, or whoever, advised Donald Trump to select Kash Patel, got him in that spot, because he is saying that no matter what dirt, big or little, high or low, Kash Patel believes that us, the American people, deserve transparency. And that's all we're looking for. That's all we want. It's a little bit of transparency. Don't try to cover it up, put a cover up on top of the cover up, or try to lie and gaslight us. Just keep it real. Let's be transparent with each other. We didn't get any of that the last 4 years with the Biden regime, but we're already seeing that Kash Patel, he's not messing around. Anything that he uncovers, same with Elon Musk, his findings in Department of Government Efficiency, they're being so transparent and letting us know every single thing that's going on, whether it's one of our guys that are committing the foul, or if it's one of their guys. They're being fully transparent. That's all we ask.
Absolute secular detail of that corrupt activity.
when reforming the FBI and the Justice Department, two wrongs don't make a right, but they do make it even, is the wrong approach, isn't it?
That's correct.
And we're going to hold you accountable for that.
I hope you do.
Now, there's some good people at the FBI.
Lots.
And there have been and may still be some bad people there. And you've got to find out who the bad people are and get rid of them in accordance with due process and the rule of law. And then you've got to lift up the good people. Don't go over there and burn that place down. Go over there and make it better. Do you commit to us today that you will do that?
I commit to you, if confirmed, Senator, every single day, 24/7, 365, the FBI will be the premier law enforcement agency in the world.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Patel, early in this hearing, Senator Durbin asked you about the January 6th choir of inmates whose song you promoted, and here's what you said. I did not have anything to do with the recording. I did not have anything to do with the recording. Do you stand by that testimony, Mr. Patel?
Senator, what I said was I didn't do the recording.
You said you didn't have anything to do with the recording, which is interesting because here's what you told Steve Bannon on his podcast. So what we thought would be cool is if we captured that audio and then, of course, had the greatest president, President Donald J. Trump, recite the Pledge of Allegiance, then we went to a studio and recorded it, mastered it, digitized it, and put it out as a song now releasing exclusively on the War Room. We. If you had nothing to do with it, Mr. Patel, why did you tell Steve Bannon and all his listeners that you did?
That's why it says we, as you highlighted.
Yeah, and you're part of the we, right? When you say we, that includes you, doesn't it, Mr. Patel?
Not in every instance.
Well, that's new. So when you said we, you didn't really mean you. Is that your testimony?
Not unless you have a new definition for the word we.
Oh, okay. I always thought we included the person who pronounced the word, but maybe not. Well, you also said this, Mr. Patel. We were able to capture the recording thanks to their courageous singing, and we were able to take it to a studio. So let me ask you, Mr. Patel, after saying we took it to a studio, did you take it to a studio?
Me personally, no.
After you said that we digitized and recorded it and all that, did you take it to a studio and digitize and record it?
Me personally, no.
Okay, so you were lying to Steve Bannon and his audience. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was using the proverbial we appropriately, as you've identified.
The royal we. Oh, I see. And so you certainly promoted the hell out of it, though, didn't you?
I don't know what that means, but I promoted the heck out of raising money for families in need.
With promotions on social media and saying you were going to get this to #1 on the billboards, right, Mr. Patel?
I think it did.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Isn't that great? People who violently attack police have a #1 song thanks to you, Mr. Patel. That's something.
And Adam, I'm trying to figure out how this limeball is still in our freaking government. I mean, come on, you guys. Is he really the one to be carrying this out? He was the one trying to keep Kash Patel out of that spot because he knew that he would be put in the hot seat if Kash Patel got sworn in as FBI director, which we already know now is the case. Adam Schiff, where is that investigation now? I want to know where we at. What's the progress on that? Can we get an update? Can someone reach out to Kash Patel? I'm sure he's more than willing to be transparent with us and let us know where they at on this guy, Adam Schiff. I mean, we cannot let Shifty Schiff get off. He's trying to be upset or causes fake outrage within our Congress saying that, Kash Patel produced and led the J6ers to have a #1 record or a top 10 record on the Billboard. Guys, these were innocent political prisoners. I mean, that's what they were. These were political prisoners, only locked up because they were in support of Donald Trump. Give it a break, Schiff. Give it a break.
Violently attack police have a #1 song thanks to you, Mr. Patel. That's something to be really proud of. Now, you've claimed, Mr. Patel, you didn't know about any of these people in the choir. Is that right?
I did not know about the violent offenders, and I did not participate in any of the violence in and around January 6th.
Tell me, Mr. Patel, what due diligence did you do to find out who was in the choir before you promoted their beautiful music? These people who assaulted law enforcement. What due diligence did you do?
Senator, I didn't record it myself.
So you did no due diligence before you promoted this song by these violent felons. Is that what you're telling us?
Senator, I did not record that myself.
So you're being considered for director of the FBI. And here you did no diligence to find out whether people you were associating with now the President of the United States in song were convicted of attacking police officers. Is that who we want running the FBI? I want you to turn around. There are Capitol Police officers behind you. They're guarding us. Take a look at them right now. Turn around.
I'm looking at you. You're talking to me.
No, look at them. I want you to look at them if you can, if you have the courage to look them in the eye, Mr. Patel, and tell them you're proud of what you did. Tell them you're proud that you raised money off of people that assaulted their colleagues, that pepper sprayed them, that beat them with poles. Tell them you're proud of what you did, Mr. Patel. They're right there. They're guarding you today. Tell them how proud you are.
That's an abject lie.
Another hoax. Adam Schiff pushing right here in front of our face. I mean, when is this guy going to give it up with the lies? What? Attacking folks with polls? I want to, can we play back the clips? I want to see these parts because these loonies on the left love to bring that up, but I just simply did not see it. All the tape, all the footage has been released. I haven't seen that one time. It just seemed like a bunch of folks walking around on a field trip or a tour.
Mr. Patel, they're right there. They're guarding you today. Tell them how proud you are.
That's an abject lie, and you know it. I've never, ever accepted violence against law enforcement. I've worked with these men and women, as you know,
you
my entire
glorified
life,
it in song,
and I did
Mr.
not
Patel.
make a single dime out of
In
it.
song. Well, let me.
How about you ask them if I have their backs, and let's see about that answer.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Patel. Let me ask you this. If an FBI director promoted a song of people who sprayed pepper spray in the face of an FBI agent, would you say they were fit to be director?
Mr. Schiff?
Yes or no? Would they be fit to be director?
I am fit to be the director of the FBI.
If you were the
That was a total gotcha, and I'm so glad. Kash Patel, he danced through this eloquently. I mean, this is a master class on how to handle these loonies on the left. Adam Schiff trying to paint a picture, paint that narrative. It just simply did not work with Kash Patel. You gotta love it.
would they be fit to be director?
I am fit to be the director of the FBI.
If you were the FBI director and you promoted a song with someone who beat an FBI agent with a pole, would you say you were fit to be FBI director?
Mr. Schiff, I am fit to be FBI director based on my 16
And
years
yet
of
you
government
did all these
service.
things, Mr. Patel. You can say, oh, I support law enforcement. I decry violence against law enforcement. You could say all that. It's what you did, Mr. Patel, that matters. It's what you did that matters. Well, let me ask you about something else that you did, Mr. Patel. Did you claim that Donald Trump declassified all the documents at Mar-a-Lago? Did you claim that?
In what proceeding?
To the public, ever, did you tell anyone that Donald Trump declassified all the documents at Mar-a-Lago?
From publicly available information, President Trump issued a declassification order on a variety of materials.
No, I'm just asking you, did you tell the public, did you tell anyone, did you make the claim that Donald Trump had declassified those hundreds of classified documents that were at Mar-a-Lago? Did you make that claim
From
publicly?
my best of my recollection, I said President Trump issued a declassification order to a large number of documents.
Yeah, and were you present when he declassified all the Mar-a-Lago documents?
Senator,
And were you present when the FBI raids literally planted documents in the photo op? It looked like they just put classified. I mean, come on, it was classified over the top of the boxes, classified on the paperwork, strewn about. I mean, it was all a big photo op staging. We talk about that. We don't want to talk about that, right?
Yeah, and were you present when he declassified all the Mar-a-Lago documents?
Senator, I'm not saying he declassified all the Mar-a-Lago documents. I said President
so now-
Trump declassified a large number of documents, and I would hope this committee and the rest of Congress would want to get those documents to the American people.
Mr. Patel, before a president or anyone declassified documents, wouldn't you want to know whether making the public would cause sources to be killed? Wouldn't you want to know that before you just declare they're all declassified? Wouldn't that be the responsible thing for a president to do?
It was the responsible thing for us to do. That's why we declassified the Nunes memo.
And did Donald Trump declassify?
And no one died.
And did Donald Trump ever ask any of the agencies who produced those documents whether declassifying them would put people's lives at risk? Did he ever do that to your knowledge, Kash Patel?
I don't know that he didn't. Do you?
No, that's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem, isn't it? So let me just ask, Mr. Chairman, if you would, Mr. Patel has said he has no problem. He would support the release of his grand jury testimony in that case. I would ask you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member, to join me in requesting, with Mr. Patel's approval, the release of those grand jury transcripts. And I would also ask Mr. Patel whether you support the release of Volume 2 as it pertains to you.
Yo, there we have it, guys. We're seeing once again that we are very lucky to have the jewel of a senator, Mr. Kennedy, and Kash Patel is still that unmovable force. He is not going to budge. at the face of shifty Adam Schiff trying to come down him with all these gotcha moments, gotcha questions. Simply does not work. And another thing that comes to my mind is that whole pardon by old Joe for Hunter Biden, a blanket pardon. I feel like since Joe, we all know he wasn't in the right state of mind during especially the end of his tenure as president. I feel like maybe we could get those pardons nullified just because Joe wasn't there. If he's not all the way there, how can he be issuing pardons? And then after that, we should definitely go ahead and continue the investigations on Hunter Biden, because this guy got off scot-free, you guys. It doesn't make sense to me. Alongside his good buddy, his pal, Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff. Let's follow up. Can we get a follow-up or an update on that investigation as well? I would love to know what's going on there, y'all. But definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.